The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
In Yerushalayim, in Shari Chesed, there lived a fellow, and his name was Rabbi Kamenetsky. He was a vibrant, very old man, well into his 90s. And one day a young man went over to him and said to him, "How were you zoicha? How were you zoicha tarichas yamim v'shanim, to longevity of days?" He says, "You really want to know? I'll share with you an incredible story." He says, many, many years ago, when I was a bacher, the Chafetz Chaim was known, but not as, he wasn't the Gadol Hadar, quote unquote. People that didn't, he was, but the people that know about him. And the Chafetz Chaim was writing the Mishnah Berurah. He would finish a chelik in the Mishnah Berurah, and he would travel from town to town selling the Mishnah Berurah, so people should purchase it and have an easy way to understand halacha and keep it better. He says, one day the Chafetz Chaim came into the shul that I was davening in. He tried to sell his Mishnah Berurahs. I went over to him, I looked at the Mishnah Berurah, I looked attractive. I took the full, I asked him how much it was, he told me exactly how much. I took the full amount and I gave it to the Chafetz Chaim and I bought the sefer. Fine. About a year or so passes, maybe 2 years, and one day during davening, all of a sudden I see the Chafetz Chaim again. And he's saying he made Chelik Sheni. He made the second volume of Mishnah Berurah. I went over to him, I said, "How much is it?" He told me, I reached into my pocket, I paid him the full amount. And then he said to me, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Mordechai Cohen." Mordechai Cohen. The Chafetz Chaim says, "I have here in my notes that you still owe me money from the last sefer. You didn't pay the full amount." This Mordechai Kamenetsky says, "I'm sorry, I did. I'm not sure what your notes say, but I'm pretty sure I did." The Chafetz Chaim said, "Chas v'shalom, chas v'shalom. I'm making a mistake. If you say you paid, it's not even a shayla. You should be gebenched. You should enjoy the sefer." Chafetz Chaim finished off and he left the town. He comes to the next town. And again, he sells Chelik Sheni, the second Chelik of the Mishnah Berurah, and the fellow comes over to him and buys the Mishnah Berurah and says, "How much is it?" And the Chafetz Chaim says to him, "It's so and so much amount." And the fellow says to him, "Okay, I pay for this, and I also owe you for the last Chelik. I didn't pay you the full amount. What's your name?" He said, "My name is Mordechai Cohen." And all of the sudden, the Chafetz Chaim blanches. He realizes that he had written it down, but it was the wrong city. This fellow owed him the money. But the bacher that previously had bought the sefer in the previous town, that bacher, he paid and he suspected him. He was chosheh b'kshem. And the Chafetz Chaim was beside himself. The Chafetz Chaim says in halacha, if you're chosheh someone b'kshem, if you suspect someone untruly, you have to go and you have to ask the mechila. So the Chafetz Chaim travels back to the town. And he finds this bacher and he says, "Ich betuch mechila, I beg you for forgiveness. I accused you of something falsely. You paid and I said that you didn't pay." The bacher said, "Rabbi, it's fine. I'm likely, it doesn't bother me, I'm okay." Chafetz Chaim says, "No, I feel I owe you something." He says, "Okay, what do you owe me?" Chafetz Chaim says, "I'm a kohen and I can give you a birkas kohen. Would it be okay if I give you arichos yomim v'shanim, bekamus or be'echos? I'm going to give you a bracha for longevity of days, both in terms of long days. You should live to be an old man, but also you should be fresh, deshenim v'rananim. You should be vibrant and you should be youthful even as you're older." He said, "Rabbi, it's a birkas kohen, I'll take it." And the Chafetz Chaim blessed me, benched me with sincerity. I should have a arichas yomim v'shanim, be'echos u'bekamus. And Mordechai Kamenetsky smiles to this film. He says, the Chafetz Chaim's bracha was McQueen.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org